Okay. This is unbelievable. Mary Jane Doe, I just did all this stuff and I wasn't even live. I know I hit the live button. I thought I was live. Hi, everybody. And apparently, I just did, I don't know, an hour and a half of streaming what I wanted to stream and everything. And when I realized that over an hour later there were only 2 people in chat, I just went and checked and it said waiting for me or whatever. Hi, everybody. Okay, you guys at the end here, Wanda Steves, Mary Jane Doe, Dana Berry Sports, have you seen any of my program? The answer will be no, right? I know, it totally sucks. Totally sucks. I'm gonna do it again though, because this is really important. So you guys haven't seen anything. What on flippin' earth? Oh my gosh. Wow. All right. Well, looks like I'm starting over. Hour and 22 minutes later. Or no, I started at like 10 till or something. Oh, flipped or nippers. This is never going to happen to me again. Not this. My son is drumming away. What a freaking nightmare. I mean, not nightmare. What I'm about to show is a nightmare. Okay, I'm going to play my intro song one time. Ay, ay, ay. Hit this side. Okay, please. Oh my God, I'm trying to get it to stop. No, no, no. Lord have mercy. I can't believe I did all that talking, all everything. You know what I think? I think because Maria G and Martin, both from the UK, hopped in so soon, I was live. I assumed it. I probably forgot to hit the live button. Now I got to deal with that. Oh my gosh, sakes. That was sweet of them to come in. I was happy to see them both, but yeah, that makes sense why everything happened the way it did. All right, so this program is a definite, where is it now? We go over here. I'm going to play this, oops. Welcome everybody. I'm going to take off comments so it'll be bigger like that. And I'm going to play this. This is a shooting that happened, for those that haven't heard, at a birthday party for a 2-year-old in Stockton, California. They call it a mass shooting because 13 people were shot and injured and 4 died. An 8-year-old, a 9-year-old, 2 young girls, a 14-year-old young, teenager boy, and a 21-year-old adult. We're going to cover some news footage. Yeah. So I'm going to put trigger warning on. I'm going to run this and this at the same time and pull it up here. It's very sad. It's raw. And the reason I am showing this for anybody that's even wondering is look at the children's faces. Look at the family when the father speaks on this. This is CBS News. And I'm probably going to stop it about 3 different times in the 22 minutes to comment briefly. Yeah. And here we go. This other iPad is slow.
I had her in my arms, and then I dove down there, and then I look back over, and I see people running away.
What on earth happened? Oofta. Ugh.
Away from my son, and I see my son laying there crawling, and I'm like, damn, Amari. So I jump back over the counter with the baby. At this point, the gunman left out of the building, and then I had my baby, and my girl was in the corner, and they had already.
Oh, nice.
And I drug him and the baby to the side, and I gave my girl the baby, and I could try to get on the phone and call 911, but it was so
It's doing this because my stupid pillow's in the way. There.
We gotta drive at a certain. And it's just like going through my head over and over and over. My baby just.
Oh, you guys. It's just freaking ridiculous. But I have to plug this in. I'm gonna start it over.
Like, okay, so now I'm feeling like, okay, this is bad because birthday is the same day as my daughter's.
So bad.
So that's where
God. Frickin'. Unreal. This is the father of Amari, the 14-year-old.
I was like, I can't leave my baby right here. Like, I had her in my arms, and then I dove down there. Amari. So I jumped back over the counter with the baby. At this point, grab him. I'm like trying to see where he's hit because he's just sitting there just going. And I'm just like, man, I'm like, where you hit at? Where you hit at? And I look, and he had a hole the size of a nickel on his chest. And I'm just like, oh, God, like, what am I going to do? And the bullet where it was at, it was, like, near his heart. And I'm just like, I'm trying to soothe him and tell him keep fighting, and I tried to I wanted to give him CPR, but I didn't want to move him any certain way to where like I would have made matters worse, and then bullets started coming back in there, boom, 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 bullets started coming back, but the shooter didn't come back in the building. They stood at the door and was shooting, and so I grabbed him. and I drug him and the baby to the side, and I gave my girl the baby, and I could try to get on the phone and call 911, but it was so I couldn't even think of what the address was, like, you know, and me being as a dad, I feel like I failed at that because I didn't know exactly where we was at, but I didn't know it was gonna be a damn massacre.
But I called.
You know?
I called.
Yeah, so she ended up calling, and I was sitting right there, and then they said the police are here. After about, like, I say 2 or 3 minutes of the chaos going on, they was saying the police, and I'm like, well, where they at? Because my son is in here dying. It's little girls, there's people in here laying down like hit. So I'm like, where are the police at? They're like, oh, they outside. They don't want to come in because they think there's somebody in here. I'm like, I think there's somebody in here. So then, like, you know, the girl came and she was like, you got to put pressure on. You got to put pressure on the wound. So I'm like, all right, I'm trying to put pressure on it. Then she come and put pressure on it. And then they was like, you got to give him CPR. So I start blowing on him, and blood the blood just kept, the blood. Oh, God. The blood just kept coming out of his face. And I'm like, man. So I just started trying to give him CPR, and the girl started pumping on his chest, but I'm trying to keep something over his chest. And then the police come running through the door with their guns, acting like they superheroes, but everybody in here hitting, they running out the back door where all the kids went. All the people that's trying to survive, then ran out the back. Y'all chasing somebody who ain't even out here, like, you know, hurting nobody. I'm like, the kids is right here that's hurt, laid out. So then they come around me talking about, oh, you know what, let us do our job and this and that. And they gave the girl like a foot wrap thing or whatever. And they said, put pressure on the wound. So then we keep pumping. He was like 30 pumps and give him CPR. So then we working that. And I'm just sitting there looking like, this ain't working. I'm like, I got to get up out of here. So I'm like, son, man, just hold on. And I'm like, where's the ambulance? And they was like, oh, the ambulance just got here. I'm thinking the ambulance coming out. Then the police get around me like, oh, let us do our job. I'm like, y'all ain't doing y'all letting my son die. So then I run outside. The ambulance still out there in the damn street. They out here trying to tell outside, oh, don't do this, don't do that. So I had to grab one of the paramedics. I'm like, man, my son is dying. I'm not gonna let my son die in here like that. So then we ran back in there. And then he was like, oh, we got to get him outside. So then, you know, we picked him up, and then we just carried him all the way outside to the street and laid him out on the street. Then they got this machine to, like, you know, the pump just keep pumping his heart. And, you know, like, they was like, we got to get him on the gurney. Like, we got to get him on the gurney now. And then this girl out here laid out. They got old boy out here laid out. So then they put him on the gurney, and then I'm like, man, can I ride back there with him? They was like, no, you can't ride back here. You can ride in the front, though. And I'm just like, man, like on the movies, like they always let people ride in the back. So I'm just kind of tripping, like, why they ain't letting me ride in the back? So then it was like, oh, it's too many cars. It's too much people out here. So we're gonna have to wait and we're gonna make an entry. We're gonna have to make an exit. So I'm like, all right, well, whatever you gotta do, we need to get there. So they make a little exit to get out of there, and I asked the paramedic, like, okay, like, why y'all driving so slow? Like, anytime I see the paramedics, like, they doing 100. He like, oh, well, we gotta drive at a certain speed, so, you know, they can do their job back there. So I was like, man, that's understandable. Like, I understand that, because I'm like, okay, I'm panicking right now, but, like, at the same time, I'm like, I don't want them to get in an accident or something else happen and where we don't make it to the hospital. So I had to calm myself down. So when we get to the hospital, this is probably around like 6 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? And I keep asking him, like, is he all right? I'm like, is he all right? I'm like, Amari, keep fighting. And I'm just, it's just like going through my head over and over and over. My baby just sitting there. It's going over and over about my baby. So she tell me that KK got hit, but KK is okay. And I'm like, okay, thank God. I'm like, okay, I seen my baby. And then I'm like, where's Pierre? Because in the missing, he was lost. And they was like, oh, he's fine. So we get to the hospital. They're like, oh, yeah, when we get there, you're going to have to go out here. And they just basically let me out to to another room, and I'm just like, why y'all sending me out to a room? Why y'all don't take me up there with my son? Why can't I be in the same triage with him and just see him fight, or just be there to hold his hand or anything? They didn't let me do none of that. That's why I think my son was already gone before we even got to the hospital. So then after 7, 8 hours of just waiting at the hospital, they keep telling people, oh, we can't give anybody any information because we trying to get everybody's we trying to interview everybody and get all the questions that we need. But I had been interviewed twice, and I had already talked to an officer. So at this point, I'm done talking. I'm trying to figure out where my son is and how and what's his condition. So then like about an hour later, they come back downstairs with my son's jeans all cut up. He was like, oh, we had the officer give me my son's jeans. Talking about we had to cut up his pants to get him off of him. And then I'm looking. He got feces on it. I'm like, man, like, why? Like, what's going on? Like, is he okay? Oh, I can't tell you that. So I'm just like, okay. So now I'm feeling like, okay, this is bad because they done gave me. Y'all done came down here and gave me a pair, the only jeans he had on. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just gave me some, and I'm like, okay, so what's going on? Like, cause we was the first ones there from that incident. So I'm like, damn, should I be getting the news first? And then other people would just start coming in, and then it was just a whole waiting game, and then they didn't really start answering questions until a lady spoke up, and then people started getting angry. Like, we've been here for 6 hours and y'all ain't said nothing, and y'all telling people that we coming down here and we gonna talk to y'all. Then they come down there and was like, oh, we don't have any answers for y'all. And then they just came back down there and said, oh, we waiting on the sheriff department to get more answers. And we like, well, answers from who? Because everybody here was either at this party and we told y'all whatever we knew, and all we seen was one gunman. And I don't even think everybody seen the gunman, because as soon as he came in there shooting, people just took off running. I was the only person that actually got to see the gunman, because I looked dead at him when he started shooting, but he had on all black. What else you want me to tell me? I want to tell you, like, he had on all black, he had a mask. You know what I'm saying? And like, I can't say he was light-skinned, dark-skinned, had long hair, short hair. I don't even know his name. I barely even knew half of the people. And I know people probably right, oh, they shouldn't even been there. But like, you ain't gonna know until you was put in a situation where you like, okay, well, maybe not. Like, yeah, I would have rather not have went to the party. My son really didn't want to go. He wanted to go play night hoops. But we was invited by some family friends, and I don't associate with everybody that was in that party. I was there on the behalf of my baby, my daughter, and my younger kids, because the person who threw the party, her son, played with my son. You know, her daughter is the same age or a year older than my little baby girl. Her mama birthday is the same day as my daughter's. So that's where these connections just started coming in at. Like, whoever else was there, I had no social relationship with them or anything like that. The only thing was that they were associated with people that are rapping out of that area, and my son so-called listened to some of their music or knew about them and just wanted to meet somebody. That's just like me wanting to meet the Jacka or Mac Dre or somebody that from my era. Like that, like,
Yeah, those children.
At one point, I was trying to do music and everything, but me as a father, I knew I had to change because of what the rap was turning into. And now that my son is gone,
K-47.
I don't think I fully changed enough, because if I should have told him to stay away from him. I should have said, they gonna be there? No, we ain't going to that party. But at the same time, I was just trying to show a little bit of love back for the people that came to show my people love. Because, when I was throwing my baby's birthday parties, like, I'm like, well, who gonna come? We're gonna throw a party. Who gonna come? They showed up. Yeah. They brought gifts. They showed love. And at the time, like, they was the ones that was only showing love, you know what I'm saying? So I felt like, okay, well, we could go show love to their babies.
This was 6 days ago.
And that's the only reason why I was there. I don't have no I don't have, man, I ain't got shit to do with, my son didn't have nothing to do with nothing in that party. And now I feel unsafe. I feel like the weight of the world is deeply, heavily crushing me right now because just by me being a black man in America trying to even survive out here to get a good paying job or to build a small business to even take care of my family, to pay bills and do whatever I got to do, just the weight of that and just being a dad and being able to watch over your kids even when you gotta go and gotta leave them, like, and for me to be just in a situation like that and to lose a son, and I want my son to be known. I don't want him to go. He was already known, but I don't want him to die in vain and nobody remember him, and it just, oh, that was just Amari, my 14-year-old son that could have been somebody is just gone now because you is out here playing like y'all somebody, and y'all here shooting at babies and like, come on now, like, so that's why I'm here, you know. That's why I'm doing this interview.
She got shot too.
I want the world to
right
see
there,
and
his
know
daughter.
about my son.
She got shot.
The way he would just look up to me, the way he was looking up to me, and him just growing up, and I would wake him up every day. I go to the gym, and I'm like, Mara, you got to get ready for football. You got to come to the gym with me in the morning. And he's like, nah, Dad, I can't go. I gotta grow. I'm trying to get 6 foot by I get to high school. And I was like, all right, man. But I didn't have the love. I didn't have the parents. I didn't have everything that I gave him. I didn't have a mama and a daddy and a brother and a sister and a brother and a sister. I didn't have none of that. I just had me and my mom and my sister, and I had to go through this the hard way. And I try to make life the way it's supposed to be for somebody. Oh man, I just love you, son. And like, baby, please, if there is some type of psychedelical way or some type of way that I can see you again, and
this
I can
is why
hold
I'm
you,
showing
come
it.
see me, come tell me that you are okay, because I want to know that you went to heaven and you didn't die in vain. Because that's all I wanted was you to just be somebody, but I knew, and he was gonna touch the world, and he was gonna be somebody, but I didn't know it was gonna happen like this.
Right.
Mama said it was gonna be days like this, but she never said it was gonna be days like this. Never. In a million years, I would have never thought my baby would go out like this, and it was gonna happen. He was gonna get murdered in cold blood at a little kid's birthday party.
This gun violence has to stop.
I don't know how I am going to live. I have to be strong for my family. I don't know how I'm going to do that. I barely struggle with how I'm going to pay my bills month to month.
Mm-hmm.
I struggle with how I'm going to make it from day to day to day. Oh, they took my baby. It's nothing like him. It was nothing like him, man.
CBS
When I
News
talk about
interview.
one of a kind, rare, like that's what he was.
How do you want Amari to be remembered? And what are your favorite memories with him? What was Amari like as a kid?
Man, he was just a great kid, man. He was like the golden child, man. He got straight A's. He was a good student. He was a good team player. He was athletic. He he loved basketball. He loved football. He loved riding bikes. He loved popping wheelies. He loved making his little money off selling his bikes and stuff. He didn't like being yelled at, just like me. He didn't like being scolded. He loved his brother and sister dearly. He would always, mess with his little brother, but in a sense, like, it was just him, trying to keep him tough. He loved his baby sister. He loved his mama dearly. Like, like, you couldn't ask any more from God to have a son like that.
Oh.
You couldn't ask any more from God to have a baby like that. Were you just like, damn, man? Like, I can't even get mad at you for having the stuff that you do, and what you don't do is just like, that's just Mari. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he was always happy. He was just always happy, always smiling. His smile would just light up the sky. Like, man, like, oh my God, he took my baby. They took my baby. And I don't mean that, I don't know, like, disrespectful to anybody else who lost their kid, but they took my golden boy, man. Like, people knew in this community that my son was going to be somebody, that my son was going to be somebody. My son was going somewhere. He had it up here. One thing that was different about me, I never gave up on my kids. I never gave up on my kids. And every time I had a kid, it was a surprise. Like, I never knew, like, oh, month one, oh, I got a baby coming. It was like 4 months in, boom, 5 months in, you got a baby on the way. So it was just like, I was surprised with him. I was surprised with Mari. I was surprised with KK. I was surprised with BB. I was surprised with Kamaya. Like, all these were just blessings just coming to me like, bam, 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 bam. You know, like, I'm like, man, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take care of all these kids. I'm going to just be able to just be there and be able to just do everything that everybody else is doing and just be the man that I'm supposed to be and take care of my family and get a big house and get them their own room and buy them shoes and clothes whenever they need it, whenever they want, whatever they ask for. Like I struggled, so I did whatever I could do. Like, I cut hair, I painted houses, I worked on houses, I did whatever. I worked at the school, I did everything to be there, to provide for my family. And all I was trying to do was just be there with my family and have a good time. And for him, and just have a family outing. And I didn't go there because of these people were going to be there. I just went there because my wife wanted to go because they asked to bring my baby girl over there because it was a baby's party. So
A baby's party. So I paused it like 4 different times an hour and a half ago when I thought I was live. No one's asking me in chat right now, why are you showing this, blah, blah, blah. I'm showing this because this came up in my email. This is an interview by CBS News, so I know I can comment. And I'm showing this because, like, I know there's been interviews before with the family around, but the only one I've ever seen is like on the taped shows, you know, 48 hours, not 48 hours, the first 48, you know, after someone dies. Not this kind of thing. Not, you know what I mean? Even though the first 48 is real and based on true stuff, I've only like seen it one time. This happened 6 days ago. The shooting started a little after 6 p.m., they said. And like I said in the beginning of the show, an 8-year-old, a 9-year-old, then Amari's 14, his son, and a 21-year-old all died, and 13 were wounded. So, and they have not caught the person, Mary Jean Doe, and there's a $50,000 reward or money, whatever it's called, up by the FBI and $25,000 by someone else. I almost wonder, is the father okay now? Because mentally, this just broke him. And that was his firstborn. And I don't think he said it yet. So I saw it and then I played it. This is the 3rd time I'm seeing it. Because the first time, you know, I was like, I'm doing a live on gun violence. Again, I've done them before. And, you know, I'm going to say this. This isn't about people not being allowed to carry or have a, gun at their home for protection. That's not what this is about. You hear all those pops. You'll hear them if I'm able to pull it up. It's literally pop, 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 pop. And then there's a pause and more pops. And it went on, all the popping, for 15 seconds. They showed, it came from someone's, camera and sound nearby at a home. And a dog was kind of running off, and it was dark, it gets dark at 6 now, but it sounded to me like a weapon of mass destruction. I mean, whatever. I don't know what kind, but it didn't sound like some little revolver. And that's what I want to be regulated or taken off the streets or whatever we can do. If you have to be a certain age to drink or smoke, then I think you should be a certain age to handle a weapon of any kind. And I even feel that way about hunting. I just don't agree with like a 12-year-old hunting. I think you need to be a certain age. There's not enough rules and regulations, if you ask me. And, the NRA is all about money as we lose children and even adults. And what is it going to take until a governor or a senator's child is the next victim? And if, for there to be real change, I'm just going to say it, you guys, this is just going to continue. It's going to continue in the United States anyway. The UK doesn't have a gun problem. So I'm going to continue here. I'm so happy to see all of you guys. Yeah. But when you watch the family and you see how the daughter was sort of trying to console her father by putting her arm around him and tapping him on his shoulder, and the young brother there has his hand in his mother's lap, and they don't know what to do. The mom is wiping her tears with her shirt. Somebody must have taken the baby out of the room, the little baby girl, because she was, I don't know, I think at some point she got a little scared of all the emotion / not screaming, but angst, and is probably being watched in another room because she's not in her lap anymore, see, like the little baby was.
Wanted our babies to be together. I didn't know all these other people was gonna be there and be doing all this crazy mess. So I ain't gonna never let us down, and I don't feel safe. My kids don't feel safe. My wife don't feel safe. The hardest thing was okay, it's bullets flying. Which baby do I go for? Which one do I go for? Then people running everywhere. I'm like, oh, I didn't lost sight of him. I'm like, damn, I gotta find. She was the first one that I seen, so I grabbed her. Then he was the second one, but it was too late. So I don't know. Maybe I should have just went for him first. Maybe I should have just, knowing that I heard the gunshots, I should have just ran to him first.
All the what ifs.
Oh my God. I just don't want to ever experience nothing like that again. I can't even sleep. I can't eat. I ain't slept in 3 days. I ain't ate really nothing in 3 days. I don't know how I'm supposed to go on. My mental health, I work at the schools. I can't even be around kids no more, like high school kids that are ignorant, that's trying to be I can't be in the setting like that no more. So how am I going to provide for my family if I can't even do my job? Because of all this.
Wow.
I don't know, man. This don't even make no sense, man. It really don't. My baby ain't coming home ever again. Ever again. It's like I want to die just so I can be with my son. I don't want to live no more just so I can be there with him, so I can hold him. It's just so painful for me to just see my son there dying. And not only I'm trying to save him and them. I don't know if anybody has ever experienced anything like that. It's horrific. I thought horror movies were scary. No. horror movies are not scary. What's horrifying is seeing your kids and seeing bullets flying everywhere and you trying to save them. There's always going to be a void in my heart now, and all my family, all my kids. My daughter, she got hit. I could have lost her, you know, and she it's gonna change her for life. My son, it's gonna change him for life. Him and Amari share the same room. He can't even sleep in the same room no more. And you know what I'm saying? They having nightmares. My wife, how you think she feel? That's her baby.
What would you want to say to Amari?
Oh,
I
man.
would tell like what I would tell him every day, son. I love you, baby
So
boy.
sad.
I love you with all my heart, and I wish I would have been able to take that bullet for you, or I wish I would have been able to save you from all this happening to you. And I tried to do what I can, and Daddy is sorry, and Daddy love you, and Daddy miss you. Daddy ain't gonna never be right without you. Daddy ain't gonna never be right without you. That boy changed me. He made me into the man. He changed me into being the man. Baby, just come see me. Just come help me. Just put your hands on me. Just come soothe my soul so I can at least get some rest, so I can keep fighting. So I can keep fighting for your brothers and sisters, baby. And I'm sorry. Daddy is sorry. And I'll say it for the rest of my life. I was saying for the rest of my life, every day I wake up, every day I go to sleep, baby. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Did it end like that? It did. It ended like that. Man. Look at that. Look at the way that son is looking at his dad. Like he feels like he has to be strong. He's probably not understanding all of it. Yeah, yeah. And it sounds like that father is like, wishes he had done more or something. And he did all he could in the chaos. He didn't know the address where he was at. Many people go to big banquet halls, right? For whatever reason, concert, weddings, birthdays, reunions, and they don't know the address. This is not good for them. I understand his suffering. People mock us because we control our guns, gangs, infiltrated and bring easy guns. The hospitals are brutal when a death occurs. Yeah, this is they should be able to track your location. Oh, from your phone? Yeah. So I was like, this is raw, this is real, and this is what gun violence does. And they always say, right? They always say, oh, it affects the family. They're not just words, you guys. It affects the family. I don't know where his daughter there in the blue shirt got shot, but she got shot. I mean, that's just so frightening. That or getting stabbed. I can't imagine. Thank you to the 11 up in the Alpines, or not Alpines, up in the Alpine Mountains. That's what I say, somewhere different besides bushes. So it ended like that. That's 22 minutes long. Now I will proceed to find the other little ones that I wanted to show. That noise sounds like someone vacuuming downstairs. Okay, I guess they just got done. Oh, good grief.
Now to the latest on the mass shooting in Stockton. Investigators are still searching for the suspects responsible for Saturday's attack. 4 people died, including 3 children. 13 others were hurt.
Many in the community are now turning to prayer after that mass shooting.
Oh, Father, we don't understand what is going on, but we call on you, Father, right now in Jesus' name, all of us together.
Last night, members of several churches gathered at the site of the shooting. They prayed for the victims, their families, and a neighborhood still reeling from the tragedy. This was not organized by any single church, but by community members who chose to come out, pray, and pay their respects. Many say they felt compelled to come to that shooting location and take a public stand against gun violence in the city.
Rise up and be here and take a stand over the violence and the murder that's taking place in this city, and just show compassion, show them that we care for the city, that we love this city.
We will no longer be desensitized to murder, right? When we see it in the movies, we see it all day, and it's like a normal thing. But they will start breaking our heart, and we'll start falling on our face.
There is a combined $75,000 reward for any information that leads to an arrest in this case. The FBI is offering $50,000. You can find their tip page online. Stockton Crime Stoppers is offering $25,000. And here's that phone number. It's 209-946-0600. And your tips can remain anonymous.
2 men who attended that child's birthday party were in court yesterday, but officials say they are not suspects in this case. Luciano Guerrero and Billy Williams appeared in separate courtrooms for parole violations. Guerrero has 2 cases pending. The State Department of Corrections says he was sentenced to 2 years in prison in 2023 for carrying a loaded firearm in public while an active gang member, as well as for evading a peace officer while driving recklessly. His bail was set at $500,000. He'll be back in court next Thursday. Meantime, Williams had an arraignment for violating parole. You may remember KCRA3 spoke to him this week. His sister actually hosted the party the night of the shooting. Sheriff's office says Williams has a criminal history that includes felony injury to a spouse, domestic violence, and cruelty to a child. He's expected to be back in court on Monday.
Good Lord. I almost lost my iPad on the thing.
2 refineries in California are winding down their operations.
Okay, I'm gonna show this girl is Journey Rose Riatutar Guerrero, 8 years old. She was a 3rd grader at Commodore Stockton Skills School. We found out because her mother is a teacher with the Stockton Unified School District. She was a curious and gentle soul who touched many hearts. Journey was growing up beautifully and should have had a long life where she could learn and play as much as she pleased, they wrote. She leaves behind her parents, an older sister, and 2 older brothers. And this is a picture of her. And, oops, oh God. And, okay, well, this came in, so.
Families of violent crime victims trying to console the families of those killed at a child's birthday party tonight. Still no arrest in the case. And as KTV's Jenna Katsuyama reports, community members say that's making people feel worried.
Stockton's youngest residents are feeling the pain of this mass shooting.
We put the flowers, we didn't chop them up because we love the kids so much, and one adult died too. That breaks my heart so sad.
The fatal attack at a 2-year-old's birthday party Saturday, November 29th, has left 3 children and a young adult dead and more injured. Now, another victim has been identified. The toddler's 8-year-old cousin, Journey Rose Guerrero, her smiling face posted on a fundraising site by her mother, Jacqueline. The girl was a 3rd grader at Commodore Stockton Skills School.
We found out because her mother is part of the SUSD family. She's a teacher with our school district.
The Stockton Unified School District says they've had grief counselors on site. Heartbreaking for all the schools, especially Journey Rose's classmates and teacher.
When she told this 3rd grade classroom that their friend was killed, that she was crying, and that some children just started crying, and the others in the classroom went and put their arms around each other.
School district officials say the other 8-year-old killed, Maya Lupian, was a district student last year. The San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office is still looking for the shooter who opened fire on the party. The uncle of the 2-year-old was there and taken into custody for parole violations, but is not considered a suspect. He described the chaos.
And like all the kids fall, like the little girl fall and the little boy, because they were right next to me.
At the site, the Stockton Police chaplain and community members gathered Wednesday to pray for those girls and the other victims, 14-year-old Amari Peterson and 21-year-old Susano Archuleta.
It's hard for people, that's losing their kids right now. So just came just to pay our respects.
Very traumatic, especially the fact that there's children. Children weren't involved in any kind of nonsense that brought this on themselves. And so it's frightening for parents. It makes people angry.
Congressman Josh Harder, addressing the shooting in Congress Wednesday, is calling for more federal resources to help support local investigators.
Clearly, this was a targeted act. And so we're going to need a much deeper community-wide focus on prevention to stop this kind of violence into the future. And that's going to require some federal aid. We're going to need more investigation resources, more bodies on the street, and ultimately we're going to need to break up these gangs.
The San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office is taking the lead in this investigation. So far, there have been no arrests, and many people in the community say they are worried about public safety. They hope that investigators can identify some suspects soon. Reporting from Stockton, Jana Katsuyama, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
Wanda, there's not enough empathy out there anymore. I just don't think there is. People are becoming too desensitized, right?
Families of violent crime victims trying to console the families of those killed at a child's birthday party.
Okay, we already saw that. Now I'm going to go back and find. Do you guys hear that noise? Someone's, I think it's downstairs where they're vacuuming. Okay, so this is all of them together. Those four. The 21-year-old in the tie, Amari, Journey's in the red, and the other one, Maya Lupian. Journey Guerrero, Maya Lupian, they're both 8. Amari Peterson, 14, and Susano Arculeta, 21.
So you want to start a business. You might think,
There's concern that witnesses are not being forthcoming with information and urged for tips on the case. On the same day, learned of a 12th and 13th survivor. That's what they said. You know, and we know there's lots of shootings, you guys. I mean, frankly, it happens every week. Yeah, it's really bad. Okay, let me see what else I want to show. Okay, so apparently this was on November 29. Skip over this. Oh, stupid commercial. It's almost over, so I can turn the sound on.
A 9-year-old, you know, they should be writing their Christmas list right now. Their parents should be out shopping for them for Christmas. And to think that their lives are over, I can't even begin to imagine what these families are going through. Breaks my heart.
That's the mayor.
Approximately 21 hours ago, a little before 6 o'clock, we had a mass shooting at a child's birthday party here in Stockton, in the county region of Stockton. Our units responded and found approximately 15 victims of gunshot wounds at this party, and unfortunately, 4 of those 15 are deceased now. As we put out, the ages are from 8, 9, 14, and 21 in this horrific shooting that occurred.
We've got kids younger and younger participating in group violence, so JK.
Okay, I don't know why on earth that happened. This is ridiculous. So, thanks for being here, everyone. They'll be caught eventually. They always are. Hello, Gone By. Yeah. I hope so.
Gangs. We had
Hey, what?
1,400 kids apply for a summer youth program.
All right, that was just part of it. This is about the little girl Maya Lupian, just briefly.
It can be hard when the ones who cared for you need care.
Oh,
New developments in the mass shooting in Stockton from over the weekend. The FBI has now joined the search for those responsible. Meanwhile, another young victim has been identified. Maya Lupian was a third grader who was just 2 weeks away from her 9th birthday. She's one of 3 children, along with a 21-year-old killed in this attack. 11 other people were injured. This GoFundMe has now been started to raise money in support of Maya and her family. Investigators say at least 100 people were celebrating a 2-year-old's birthday Saturday evening when the gunfire started. The man who leases this venue where the shooting happened says he does not expect to reopen his business anytime soon, if ever. He told the Sacramento Bee, quote, "There's no business there anymore. It's a memorial."
wow. Okay, I never saw that one. What's going on? Why are things glitching? See this?
Okay, let's talk weather. Too early to get our New Year's Day forecast.
Oh, good grief. This iPad is a this older one that I got from someone. It's very helpful though, very, and I appreciate it so much. What kind is it? Not a Verizon. The heck is it? Oh, Amazon. Amazon iPad, I think. And this one that I'm filming on. Oh my gosh, that's so sad. Car accidents. Oofda. Okay, let me show this one. "17 people hit by gunfire. Mass shooting suspect on the loose." I mean, why? Commercial again. Which I am monetized now and have some nice members because
Including a mass shooting at a birthday party and another at a nearby mall. Authorities emphasize these incidents are isolated. Officer David Scott says crime in Stockton is down.
Okay, I don't know what on earth, but I am monetized now, so I have to be careful. But AK-47 and Turtle Talk bought a whole bunch of memberships for people in my chat, and I really appreciate that. It makes it kind of more exciting, not kind of, but it does make it more exciting to be monetized, AK-47, if you're still in here. So thank you for that. I did this whole stream, for those of you that don't know, an hour and a half ago, and I didn't have the live button on. And I thought I was live because as soon as I started, Maria G and Martin were in here, and I was like, oh, this is great. And then I noticed they were only 2 in here the whole time, and I thought maybe, thanks. Thanks, Mary Jane Doe. That's so neat. Thank you so much. Wow. Thank you for that super sticker. Thank you. Wow. Here, I'll show it. Thank you so much. Wow. That's really, really kind of you. Thank you. You know, and I have little emojis, guinea pigs, and a cat. And I have some badges, and how do you get a badge? Like, how do you get a badge? There's a badge for when you become a member, and then there's a badge when a month goes by for a different badge. But is that when the first one comes up, when a month goes by? I'm so confused. I don't know. Yay, there are the emojis. Wow. Look at the family. I haven't seen these pictures yet of the father that spoke. There he is when he's a little younger, I guess. The father, the mother, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, is there even an older brother? Or maybe that's the uncle. It could be the brother of him. Big family. Amari's over here, of course. Ooh, we have more. All right. So this is a thing. Because I've actually been live. Well, it's only been an hour and 10 minutes this time, but an hour and a half before, so that's 2.5 plus 10, getting closer to 3 hours. I don't know, like my neck is hurting. I don't have an incredible setup. I'm sitting on my bed. I don't think I'm gonna have an open panel. And I did StreamYard instead of YouTube Live because I wanted to have an open panel and discuss this, but because I screwed up, I'm literally hurting in my neck. So yeah, that's probably enough on that. As far as I know, they haven't caught anyone. Let's see, it's been 6 days. Let me type it in and see if they've gotten any closer. All right. Has a shooter been identified? In birthday. Let's occur in Stockton. Good grief. Okay, you guys, it says, as of Sunday, which is today, December 7th, 2025, the shooters responsible for the mass shooting at a child's birthday party in Stockton on November 29th, 2025, have not been identified or arrested. Authorities are actively searching for the suspects, who they believe may be multiple individuals. Wow. That is incredible. Okay. Come on. Ridiculous. Why can't I even? What? Host of birthday party in California mistook gunfire for balloons popping. Well, I guess that could happen, right? Okay, that was the shots fired. You can kind of hear them. Maybe not. You could really hear them before. I guess we don't need to hear them. It was pop, 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 really long time. Little, a little teeny wait, and pop, 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 pop. grief. That's just so scary. So yeah, somebody said in comments that Stockton is a rough place to live. So yeah. Well, it's only 2:36. Here, let me. Looks like there's different pictures. Name black and white. Oh, no, next to my name is a black and white picture of you. Sometimes they'll change after 2 months. Oh, okay. That's the whatchamacallit. All right. Let me see if anyone wants to come up. Because it's pretty early here. Now I'm trying to remember how to do it. Wait. Do I hit guest? Yes. Copy. Copied. Remember when I struggled with that part in the past? Well, when the iOS updated, it was a lot better. AK-47 likes to come up a lot. AK, I don't know if you're watching still. I don't know what the deal is, but anyone that wants to come up and we'll stick to the topic, you know what I mean, of gun violence and yeah. But while somebody maybe grabs the link or maybe doesn't, I'm going to use the bathroom really quick, okay? Oh, are you in Yakima gone by? I've heard of Yakima. I know there's a lot of, well, I didn't know there was gangs and very much violence, but I know a lot of Native Americans live there. That's actually, oh no, you don't live there. Okay. Yeah. All right, I'll be right back. I guess I'll go ahead and play. A little song while I go to the restroom. What on earth happened? Jesus. Oh. Oh, Justin grabbed the link. Okay. We'll just finish this song. Take time for yourself. I know, Justin, I'm just ending this song. Okay, let me turn it off. Okay, that's done. Let me hit the star. And this one. And this one. Okay. Yeah, I know you're back there, hon. But since the new, oh, you're in California gone by? Wow. Hi, St. Elmo's Fire. All right. Justin, hang on just a second. If I had teens now, ever though I live in one of the safest areas in the country and up on my own mountain, I'd keep them from everything. Homeschool and use parks and rec for sports and church congregations at St. Elmo's Fire. Yeah. Too sad I can't watch. Yeah, I know. All right, here's Justin. Justin's been up here before. Add to stage. There you
Yeah,
are.
I've been up here.
Hi.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi. Are you able to turn that down or mute it or something?
Yeah, can you hear me pretty good?
Yeah, but I can hear a lot of noise kind of in the background. It's hard for me to
Oh,
focus.
sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry for the noise.
It's all right. Do you
It's just a lot of noise. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, you'll have to mute it if you're going to be up here, Justin, I think. Because
Okay.
even though it's kind of in the background and low on your end, it's pretty loud on this end.
You want me to just like mute or something like that, or I could like private chat?
No,
That'll
you
work.
need, if you're going to be on stage, you'll need to mute it. Yeah, thank you. Oh, no, wait, now I can't hear you. Okay, so don't mute it because then I can't hear you, but you'll have to turn that off. or mute your game or whatever you're doing. Can you hear me? Go ahead and unmute Justin, but
Yeah.
okay, but you've got to turn that background stuff either all the way down or off.
Yeah, I'm trying to like mute sort of. I don't give you a copyright or nothing.
Yeah,
That's why
well,
I'm up here, at least.
well, we can
I don't
still
want to give you a copyright.
Yeah, is that a movie or?
It's a movie he playing.
Okay, you've got to turn that off. You've got to turn what else you're doing off if you're going to be up
Okay.
there.
All right, I can mute sort of.
Well, if you mute, I won't be able to hear your voice. But if
I
you
get.
can,
I can like chat. I can like chat in the private chat. That'll work.
whatever you want to do.
Oh,
But I
thank
can't.
you so much.
I can't have the noise. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Say something, Justin.
Hello. I will just chat in the private chat. Sorry about the noise today.
Yeah. Okay. Well. So what I'm going to do, though, since you're watching a movie and the panel is to, discuss what I just showed and everything, is I'm going to drop.
I can mute myself. Sort of.
No, I'm gonna go ahead and drop you down because you're busy
Okay.
doing something
Sorry for the
else.
noise.
It's okay, hon.
Sorry it didn't work.
It's okay. You have a nice evening. Okay, so yeah, he's a sweetheart. He means well, and I don't want him to think I'm upset with him or anything. I'm not. Anyway, let's see. Yeah. Yeah, so I think I'll just end this live right now. No, it's okay, Justin. Because like I said, I don't know if you saw it. I did a whole hour and a half and I didn't hit the stupid live button. I mean, I always make sure I do that. On this iPad, it looked like I was live. I don't need any more mods, hon. When I do need a mod though, I'll let you know, okay? I've got so many mods. But thanks for everybody being here. And it's been an hour and a half, so that's 3 hours of me being up on this. I might say hi on somebody else's channel right now, because it's not, it's a good 2 more hours till dinner time. But yeah. So please hit the like and please subscribe if you're willing to. Thank you, Mary Jane Doe, again for that sweet little cute super sticker. And yeah, if you want to become a member, I think it's $3.99. I wish I had done $2.99 or even $1.99. But I did what YouTube said I should do. That's what they said. Nothing higher, but nothing lower. I don't know. All right. Thank you, Gone By. Thanks for everyone being here. And yeah, we need rules and regulations. We have them on drinking and smoking. Why can't there be more regulations on guns? Have some kind of control. Anyway, this is Brewed Awakening with PCT, and my coffee's over there. Love you guys. Thank you very much for coming in. Bye, everybody.